Psalms 91. The praise of a canticle for David. He that dwelleth in the aid of the Most High shall abide under the protection of the God of Jacob. He shall say to the Ishi, Thou art my protector and my refuge, my Aloha. In him I will trust. For he hath delivered me from the snare of the hunters and from the sharp words. He shall overshadow thee with his shoulders, and under his wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall compass thee with a shield. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror of the night, of the arrow of the fleeting in the day, of the business that walketh about in the dark. The business, the corporation, the man, right? The boys in blue. I'm just saying that's of invasion, or of the noonday devil. Verse 6, that one is one to really ponder and think about, because that is loaded. That's a good one. 100 shall fall at thy side, and 10 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee, or near thee. But thou shalt consider with thy eyes, and shalt see the reward of the wicked. Because thou, O Ishi, are my hope. Thou hast made the Most High thy refuge. There shall no evil come to thee, nor shall the snare come near thy dwelling. Let's see. For he hath given his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. And in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest thou dash thy feet against a rock or stone. Stone. It doesn't say rock, stone. I'm jumping ahead because I was thinking about isn't this one of those things where they compare Jesus, right? Where it says, oh, he was Jesus being tempted by the devil in the wilderness, right? Well, if you fall off this high cliff, the angels shall catch you to keep you from dashing your feet against a rock, and that whole thing, And here, this is David talking about us putting our trust in the Elohim, the Most High. Most High of Jacob. So I mean, this has nothing to do with Jesus, but you see where they took this verse and they did a whole thing applying it to Jesus. So I was just getting distracted. Thou shalt walk upon the Asap. How do you pronounce that? Hold on. Let's see. How do you pronounce that?
Asp.
Asp. What is that? As was a modern family of the words, which is what is it? Oh, Wikipedia got one here. It's a reptile. Ooh. We're referring to one of the several venomous snake species found in the Nile region. So let's do this, right? Just not trying to divert, but let's do this. This is one that's found in the Nile region. Let's see, what do we get when we look up? Oh, hey, it already knows. Snake in America. North American copperhead. Look at that. Botanica. So the copperhead, what is found in the southeast portion of the North America? So is the Mississippi then the Nile? And in the book of Jeremiah, where the punishment was coming upon the children of Israel, the fall of their kingdom and their enslavement or their servitude, right? The Most High gives that that little way out, right? Because he says, when they're being chased out of their land, which I'm now believing their land was in the west. When they were being chased out of their land in the west, they come to a river, and the Most High says, "Hey, if you stay on this side of the river, I will be pleased to stop my punishment against you. But if you cross over into Egypt, I will continue my punishment upon you," right? And they crossed over because they said the land was good, that it was flourishing, so on and so forth, that the land they were on this side of the river wasn't a great land to live on. I think that's, I think I think that might have done it for me. That the Mississippi might be the Nile River of Egypt, and that would explain. That, I mean, that really would explain it. I mean, it wouldn't be. I guess I have to shake off the whole. This is people wishing that this was Egypt over here. It might very well be. Was it Thomas Jefferson, right? Has that whole Egyptian monuments built in Tennessee, which I always thought was the weirdest place to put it. Okay. Wow. We have that snake, the asp, however they pronounced it, here in the Americas. It's the copperhead, and in the what is this? What is this creature here?
Basilisk.
Basilisk. Let's see if we have a basilisk. Yep, there we go. All right. The common basilisk is found typically in rainforests throughout Central America and northwest and South America. In the Northwest and South America. So, are we seeing two of the creatures that were mentioned in the book of Psalms in this chapter 91 can also be found in the Americas? That looks like an iguana. Alright then. And thou shalt trample underfoot the lion and the dragon. Now, when I read that the first time, I thought the lion and the dragon. This reminds it reminds me of what's those shields, right? Those crests, those coats of arms. Here, bear with me for a moment. It reminded me of this: the lion and the dragon coat of arms. Now, after watching Lex's video, his last one on the Gog and the Iron Gate, I cannot remember how that video was titled. We'll stop and look it up before this is over. Now those verses about the devil is the lion going around looking whom he may devour makes a ton of sense. The dragon. Plus, it makes that sense of that one anime show, right? Of the people that were locked behind this massive wall that they built to keep what I guess you would consider like Nephilims, right? The ones that were just massive, they were flesh-eating They would eat the I guess you would say the modern human-sized people. So they built that massive wall to keep them out with a gate, the two gates that surrounded their cities to keep them in, to hide them from them. And then there's like that red devilish thing that went around that seemed to be able to control all of them, and he was never affected by them. Well, I'll see if I can find the anime. A lot of you probably know what I'm talking about. And you're screaming the name at me, and you're like, "This guy is so dumb." But it's been a while since I've watched it. But that's what I was thinking about, that coat of arms there. So back to this. He will trample underfoot the lion and the dragon, because he hoped in me. I will deliver him. I will protect him, because he hath known my name. And I mean, I gotta say, you know, just thank you, Lex Will, the servant, because I mean, that name is like gold to me. That it really is. That name puts a smile on my face just to know it was there the whole time. I am that I am. Translated, Haya Haya. There's a lot of things he's taught, you know, all of us. I mean, the right way to pray and how to pray, you know, just so much. But I mean, that right there, it's. I'll never be able to thank him, you know, enough for that. I will never take credit for knowing that. I mean, so just knowing all the people that have shown you all these different names that are supposed to be his name, and his name was right there the whole time, and it was overlooked the whole time. And it's just that name it's everything. He shall cry to me, and I will hear him. I am. There it is, right? I am with him in tribulation. I will deliver him, and I will glorify him. I will fill him with length of days, and I will show him my salvation. I'll pause here. This video, this is what I was talking about with the gates and the gates being broken, and then explaining the lion. Now that makes sense. Where the verse says, the devil is a lion who goes about seeking who he might destroy. Is a young lion, right?
Science.